Hey, guys. Have you ever logged in one morning and felt something strange in the air? Like you didn't even see anything yet, but the mood has already changed. You scroll and suddenly the comments are sharper, reactions feel different, and the atmosphere looks tense. It almost feels like someone switched the energy overnight. That is how fast online vibes move. One tiny emoji, one short caption, or even one moment of silence can cause a full conversation. People react quickly without understanding the intention. The internet has a way of turning small things into loud noise. A simple gesture becomes a whole theory, and before you know it, the story begins to grow. But when you look closely, the real issue is not Sonia's action, it is people's interpretation. Many times nothing happened, but fans start reading meaning into ordinary things. And once emotions enter the chat, understanding disappears. That is why the vibe changes so fast. Not because Sonia changed, but because people's feelings shift quickly online. Calmness becomes suspicious, silence becomes dramatic, and ordinary things look deep. Have you ever seen how one harmless sentence can shake the whole online world? Someone might post, "Sonia looks quiet today," and at first, it feels normal. But give it a few minutes and watch how everything transforms. People start reacting like the person announced emergency news. Screenshots begin to fly, theories start forming, and different assumptions appear from nowhere. Meanwhile, Sonia might just be relaxing, drinking water, or handling her day without any hidden meaning. But fans move faster than facts. Rumors don't need evidence, they only need attention. And once people start giving attention, the spark becomes a flame. The funniest part is that the original statement wasn't deep. It wasn't serious. It wasn't a clue. But once people begin interpreting it based on emotions, it turns into something bigger than it ever was. That is how the internet works, one tiny comment becomes the reason for an entire debate. And if people don't slow down, misunderstandings become the center of the story. My people, have you noticed how some fans act like investigators without being hired? You will see someone zooming into Sonia's picture like they are reading a message written in invisible ink. One smile becomes a sign. One blink becomes a warning. One hairstyle becomes a coded announcement. And you begin to wonder, are we watching her or marking exam scripts? People forget that Sonia is a human being who can smile for no reason, rest when she needs to rest, or post something simply because she likes it. Not everything has a deeper meaning. But because fans enjoy gist, they sometimes look for messages that are not there. This creates unnecessary pressure. It makes normal actions look suspicious and turns simple posts into puzzles. And when this kind of analysis spreads, it becomes heavier than the real story. People start expecting answers to questions that don't even exist. Life is not always coded. Sometimes a smile is just a smile, and silence is just silence. Have you ever witnessed a moment that changes everything quietly, without noise or announcement? That is what happened when Maurice stepped back for a while. People were watching closely, waiting to see how Sonia would move. Some believed her shine depended on him. But then something unexpected happened, she glowed brighter. Not a little brighter, but noticeably brighter. Instead of fading, her light grew stronger. And the whole internet was shocked. It showed everyone that her success was never borrowed. Her strength was never tied to someone else. She was powerful all along, people just didn't pay attention until she stood alone. Distance has a way of revealing truth. When someone steps aside, you begin to see who truly carries their own fire. Sonia proved that her journey is her own creation, built with consistency, talent, and focus. It made people ask themselves why they ever doubted her. Sometimes the real magic appears when the noise around you becomes quiet. Have you ever seen two people appear together unexpectedly and the environment changes instantly? One moment everything is normal, the next moment the air feels charged. That is the effect Sonia and Maurice create when they show up side by side without warning. No speech, no caption, no explanation, just presence. And suddenly, people freeze. Comments start dropping fast. Fans begin whispering, "What does this mean?" The internet loves surprises, especially when they involve people with strong chemistry. Their presence alone feels like a movie scene, where the viewers don't need dialogue to understand the emotion. Sometimes a single moment speaks louder than a full interview. People begin imagining new possibilities, reconnecting old dots, and questioning everything they thought they knew. But the truth is, sometimes a moment is just a moment. Nothing planned. Nothing coded. Still, the energy they bring naturally makes people excited. And that excitement spreads quickly, turning a simple appearance into a full conversation. Have you ever watched someone remain calm even when things around them feel loud and chaotic? That is Sonia's strength. She doesn't rush to explain herself. She doesn't try to defend every little thing. She moves with a quiet confidence that confuses people. Her calmness becomes more powerful than other people's noise. Some think silence means weakness, but in her case, silence is intelligence. It shows she knows herself and doesn't need to talk too much to prove anything. Online spaces usually reward loud reactions. People expect explanations, responses, and arguments. But when someone refuses to play that game, they look different. They stand out. Sonia's calmness teaches that not everything needs a response. Sometimes strength is shown by how well you stay centered when everything around you pulls for attention. Her silence creates more respect than 1,000 replies would. My people, have you ever wondered why a small emoji can start a big fight online? Sonia posts a flower emoji, and suddenly people turn it into a national discussion. One person says it means something. Another person disagrees. Before you know it, the comment section is hot like fire. But is the emoji the issue? Or is it how people choose to interpret it? Many times, she just likes the symbol. There is no hidden meaning. But fans build stories from crumbs and turn them into mountains. The funniest part is that the person who posted the emoji is calm, smiling, and living her life while people are busy fighting over something she didn't even think about deeply. That shows how strong emotions are online. People react to small things because they care. But caring without thinking causes unnecessary drama. Have you ever seen support turn into silent pressure? Fans want to help, but sometimes they watch too closely. They study every caption, analyze every pause, and treat every picture like an assignment. They think they are protecting Sonia, but they end up creating weight she never asked for. This happens because people forget that celebrities have normal days, normal moods, and normal human moments. Not everything is content. Not everything is coded. But when fans start expecting deeper meaning in everything, it becomes stressful. Support should feel light, warm, and encouraging, not heavy and demanding. When people expect too much, misunderstandings grow. A simple post turns into a debate, and a moment of rest becomes suspicious. Fans must remember that love should give comfort, not tension. Have you noticed how fast assumptions move online? Someone sees a small detail and turns it into a full theory. Another person sees the theory and spreads it like it's confirmed truth. Before long, the entire internet is repeating something that started from imagination. This happens because online reactions are instant. People don't pause to think, they respond immediately. And quick reactions often lead to wrong conclusions. Imagination becomes louder than reality, and people forget to ask basic questions. This speed can damage reputations and create confusion. That is why people need to think slowly, even in fast spaces. Facts don't move as fast as assumptions, but they are more stable. And sometimes the quiet truth is hiding behind all the loud noise people create. My people, have you ever seen Sonia say absolutely nothing, yet everywhere you look her name is trending? That is how energy works online. It moves faster than truth. Silence becomes a topic. Calmness becomes a conversation. Someone posts one small thing related to her, and suddenly the internet is buzzing even though she hasn't spoken a word. People react based on emotion, not information. They interpret before they confirm. And once that emotional wave starts, it spreads everywhere. Not all trending gist is real. Not all loud conversations are accurate. Sometimes the truth is very quiet. But online energy doesn't wait for truth, it moves on feeling. And that feeling can turn nothing into something within minutes. Have a nice day. Bye.